Considering you had no exhibition games, were you surprised at how effective the power play was right away tonight?
Um, I like the fact that we shot the puck and we had some net presence on the power play. That enabled us to get both those goals. Great job by JVR and without a doubt, Eric shooting the puck, finding that lane and getting that puck towards the net was the right way of doing things on the power play. So I thought it was a good start for our group.
Do you have a follow-up, Sam?
Thanks.
Dan Gelston, you're on with Coach. Go ahead.
Hey, how you doing? What kind of changes really have you seen in Joel since last season, and how much do you think maybe adding a little extra weight and having a little extra confidence, just 20, will help him this season?
I believe that him putting the time and the effort that he did this summer shows, his willingness to work on becoming the best player that he can be. And there's no doubt that there's a lot of skill and tools in Joel, but he's putting in the time and the effort, and that's what players need to do. And tonight he came up real strong for us. I thought that line was effective. Their willingness to go to the nets, stop in front was evident, and there's no doubt that Joel was a big part of that line and the two goals that we got on the power play, getting the job done for us.
Charlie O'Connor, you're on with Coach. Go ahead.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey, Alain. It's pretty clear you guys are a team that's built around your depth, the ability to roll four lines. You guys had like the Lawton line going up against Crosby quite a lot. When you're a team that can do that, does that have the effect of maybe wearing down an opponent, even whether physically or mentally, to the point where in the third period you can really take advantage of that?
It's tough to say. I believe what we're trying to do is to play at a high pace and a fast game, in the sense that we're quick to check, we're quick to kill plays in the neutral zone, and when we get the puck, quick to counter. And the effectiveness of being able to roll four lines and being able to play six defensemen is huge. I thought tonight, both teams, from ice level, the speed and the intensity was real high. The execution and the decision-making will get better as we play more games. But there's no doubt that, I like the pace that we've played. I do think that we're going to need to be better and get better 5-on-5 in our game, and I'm very confident that we'll be able to do that. I would say, though, that my one disappointment in tonight's game is that Oscar played his first game at Wells Fargo since December 2019. I think it was at the beginning of December, and he didn't get a chance to play it in front of Flyers fan, giving him the great cheer and the love that he deserves for coming back after battling cancer. So that was, I thought of that going in. I talked to Oscar about it a little bit after the game. It would have been phenomenal to play this game tonight. Oscar back with this place full of fans, and the first time he stepped on the ice, he was the starting lineup. I'm sure he would have gotten the cheer that he deserves.
Coleman, you're on with Elaine. Go ahead.
I was going to ask you about Oscar and Nolan. What did it mean energy-wise on the bench, on the ice, to see both of those guys chip in with offense tonight after the journeys they've had?
Yeah, there's no doubt both guys got a big cheer from their teammates prior to the game. Nolan coming back and stepping on the ice and just playing the way he's played since the first day of training camp. So, those are all positive signs for those young men, and it's definitely a positive sign for our team.
Ed Barkowitz, you're on with Coach. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Getting back to Nolan real quick, what do you think you have with him? The former number 2 overall pick, what could his ceiling be?
I don't know. I don't think anybody knows at this point. He didn't play at all. He hasn't played in, it must be since April of the year, prior to me getting here. So he hasn't played in in quite some time. But I see him walking around. I see him walking around with a jump in his step, a smile on his face. There's no doubt that he's happy to be back. And every day that he's around our team and that he's on the ice and with his teammates, he gets better. Where that will lead, only time can tell. Good.
Jordan Hall, you're on with Coach. Go ahead.
Hey, Jordan.
Hey, thanks for staying.
Yeah, no problem.
James Van Riemsdyk, he was a guy that you were kind of looking more for on the power play last season. Just how much of an X factor is he when he's scoring on the power play?
Well, tonight, there's no doubt that his presence on the power play, his willingness to go to the front of the net, was a huge impact as far as us getting those 2 power play goals on our first 2 opportunities. So, he's got a lot of experience. He can bring a lot to our group, and I expect that from him. And, those 2 goals that we scored on the power play with him being in front of the net, if you look at Rafi's goal, he's in front of the net. If you look at Oscar going to the front of the net on the 5th goal, and Hazy driving the net on the 6th goal, that's where you score the goals. That's where we got to get to. That's one of the things that we've been really stressing and talking to our group about doing a better job. And tonight, it enabled us to score some goals on a pretty good defensive team.
We'll take a last question for Coach. Dan Gelston, you're on with Coach. Go ahead.
Hey, Dan.
Thanks. Real quick, you mentioned that the team gave Oscar and Nolan a big cheer. I mean, was something said or done before the game where you gathered them in the locker room?
No, this was just after the starting lineup was said, and just welcoming Nolan back to our team, and Oscar is a couple stalls away, and it just happened that way.